I'm happy to be here to finally listen to that new Sleeptoken album. I guess right off the bat, the songs that I've heard already are Caramel, Gethsemane, something like that. And I'm gonna have a tough time pronouncing a lot of these, and Emergence. I believe those are the only three that I've heard so far. And those are pretty recent, so I don't think I'm going to be feeling too much different from when I last heard them, but we'll see. And then I've YouTube pulled up. I didn't know if there was any actual music videos or if it's all just visualizers, but it's kind of looking like it's only visualizers. The opening track is so good, I hope you catch some of the gaming references. There is a decent chance I don't, to keep it real here. Look to Windward. Sounds kind of like Squidward. Right off the bat has like that 8-bit sound.
Will you listen just as my form starts to fission? Losing this war of attrition, just as I drift away. Will you hold this eclipse in me? 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 With the shadows longer to me than a light, yeah. Moving so slow I could die, yeah. Say you can let me say, yeah. Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Will you hold this eclipse in me? Eclipse in me.
Alright, I'm gonna pause it right before this instrumental here. So far this sounds great. It's just it's a slow moving song, I imagine, because it's both an opening and it's a pretty long song, so I imagine it's gonna be a pretty slow build up throughout. But so far I think it sounds really interesting. Obviously very video gamey right off rip. Reminds me of like a Game Boy. Pretty much pick a game and you kind of get that similar 8-bit sound. But yeah, so far so good. I think it's off to a great start. Like, to be honest, dare I say this might be my favorite song that I've heard from the album so far. Keeping in mind that I've heard the three songs on the album already. But I'll have to see. Of course, we're only a fourth of the way in. But I just am really, really loving these vibes so far. Zelda vibes. Oh, 100%. Zelda and Pokemon were the first things that came to mind. All right, anyways, let's get back to it. I don't want to take too long in between. I love the introduction of this plucking. building now. Yeah, that drum roll was crazy.
I've got eyelids heavy enough to break diamonds. You pray for sound and I pray for silence. Damn right faithless, I can't deny. You'll find me with half a mind to get violent. It's over till I say it's over. No little angel sitting on my shoulder. So give me the edge of a blade and a time and a place, and I'll leave them cold and pushing up borders. Walking with God, so merely stumbling forth until there's fire at the gates, until I fall to the floor. You know I live by the feather and die by the sword, and I will sunder the earth only to burn the reward. Even in this garden of gardens, I am the god of the gaps. I am the demon of Sodom. I am the blood of an angel, the fate of the fallen. Nobody knows where I came from, even I have forgotten. How can I already lose my way like this? Drowning in burning brighter bits. Even in stratospheric jets, this vertigo.
Ew. Okay, really quick, I gotta pause it again because this song is so long, so I have to pause it a couple times here. I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't like that second half after the first scream section as much as I did the first half. I still think it's enjoyable, but the first half of like the semi-rap section, I swear they have that same flow in like 7 other songs. And I think now it's starting to be a little too familiar. But everything before that I really liked. Everything even through that was fine. I just wasn't as into it as the beginning. It sounds like I'm really gonna enjoy this next part with that nice little falsetto hitting right there. I believe that's the bridge. All right, let me get back to it. Yeah, it's so clean. Holy shit, okay. Fuck, okay. Ugh, goo, my god. Shit. Looping back around to the beginning. That too was going crazy right there at the end. Yeah, overall I think that's a really good song. By far the beginning and then the part right before that ending heavy section are my favorite parts of the song. The middle rap section I can kind of go with or without. I'm not super huge on that. And then honestly, y'all know me, I'm not huge on the screaming. I mean, I think it's impressive, but not quite for me. I was hoping in that last like heavy rock section right there at the end they were going to include some of the melodic elements that they've been building with the beginning and right before that happened. Unfortunately, they didn't. But either way, I did enjoy the beginning and that, again, that section in between the middle and the end. So yeah, overall very solid. That 8-bit sound though is just so solid. And then the choir section, as he goes into the falsetto, and then they build in like the choir as that's going. That is fantastic. That part, that is so good. That's out of everything I've heard from this album so far, that's the best piece of music. That section of the song will be hard to beat, I think, out of like any piece of music in this album, because that was just so solid and so well done. It was like disgustingly good. So yeah, we're off to a pretty good start. Damocles is going to be his favorite on the album. Watch. We'll have to see. Up next, is it Emergence? Okay, it's Emergence. So we've heard Emergence. I'm probably not going to have a whole lot to say on it, although granted, out of all of them, it's been the longest since I've heard that. Last time I heard that was, I think, maybe a few days after I listened to it originally. So it's been a while. Like, what is that, a month or two now? Anyways though, let's get to it.
Well, you were late in verse, living on a promised word. Well, I am the rose you relinquished again. You and I are down head first in another world I had. But I have a feeling we're close to the end.
I'm gonna give you real, I kind of forgot about how good this chorus was. I forgot about this Arpeggiator.
Are you carbide on my nano, red glass on my light bulb, dark light on my culture, sapphire on my white gold, burst out on my chest and hide out in the vents. My blood beats so alive, my bite right through your lens. It's midnight in my mind's eye, drowning out the daylight. Godspeed to my enemies, will be asking for that call sign. You know the behavior, canines of the savior. Glory to the legion, trauma for the neighbors.
All right, I'm gonna pause it here really quick. I'm glad that we're re-listening to it again, because there's so many things that I forgot that were a part of this song. Like, it's just been so long that I just didn't remember a lot of this. Even the chorus, I didn't. Oh my god, like the chorus is so good. But yeah, the syncopated rhythm in the verse goes crazy. Like everything about this song is very good, at least up until now. I'm not 100% sure if I remember a lot of the ending stuff either. But yeah, it's so far still a very solid song. There's a very good chance this is gonna be one of my favorites on the album, just because I like it so much right now. But we'll have to see. We still have a lot of songs to listen to, so I don't want to jump the gun. Let's get back to it.
God, space dust for your fuel rods, dark days for your solstice, dancing through the depths of hellfire on the winds that started from within. My blood beats so alive, my tear right through my skin. So tell me what you meant by living take away the pain and let my mind go quiet.
His vocals are so good on this one.
And nothing else is quite the same as how I feel when I'm at your side. Come on, come on, out from underneath who you were. Come on now, you know that it's time to arms around me, arms around me.
I forgot about this. Oh my god. It's awesome, but it's also funny. Yeah, this song has actually grown on me a lot since the last time I heard it, because I feel like, maybe I'm not remembering it right, but I feel like last time I heard it, I wasn't as big on the heavier sections of this song. I'm thinking. Maybe I was fine with it, but I honestly don't remember. But I think it fits in really well here, especially when they go from the instrumental into the bridge at the very, very end. The transition from the instrumental into that bridge is so smooth, and then back into the saxophone. I say back into it, and then just into the saxophone. It's a very, very clean transitions that just you would think wouldn't work as good as they do, but they do a really, really good job with that. This is a very well and interesting structured song. It's not your run-of-the-mill style. It's very stylistic, very across the board. This is what I love to hear from Sleeptoken. It's very unique. That's where they strive. They strive with making unique soundscapes of just different sounds from different types of music. And this is a wonderful example of that. Past Self. Okay. This also feels sort of Legend of Zelda-y.
Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be, but nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be, but nothing is the same, and some things have to change now, now. Clawed out of my woodwork, bolts out of my blue depths, in and out of my dreamscapes, people acting different. One look at my past self, double taking my cash flow, apologizing for shit that frankly I stopped thinking of years ago. And you know I deliberate on cutting out the demons. I still need a dark side, they just need a reason. The passage of the hours into rushing through the seasons, falling through my mind with the leaves on the tree. So keep me alive, keep me believing that now is the time to take it or leave it. Gave away all my blessings, left off weightless, torn apart by the true believers who turned out to be faithless. You're gonna dance on the line with me. You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be. And nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you gonna dance on the line with me? You know it's not a game or a fantasy, and I don't even know who I used to be. And nothing is the same, and some things have to change now. Are you the guardian?
All right, pausing it here right at the middle. I don't know how I feel about this one yet. I like that opening instrumental that's been playing throughout the background this whole time as things have been added in. I'm not huge on the trap beat. I was kind of hoping for a different direction, but that might be something that grows on me the more that I listen to it. Right now I'm kind of, I don't want to say completely indifferent, because I think I'm on the side of liking it, but also it's not my favorite thing in the world. I'll see how it grows on me though as the song goes. This album seems to have it's very themed towards them just, or I don't know if it's just Vessel or just them in general as a group, being just honest with their audience of how they feel about what they have to go through and how their lives have been affected by being a part of this band. That seems to be the general gist that I'm getting, even from the lyrics of this song as I'm reading it through. I don't want to like go through it and get super specific, and that's probably going to be a theme with this album. This one doesn't seem like one that's, to me, I'm not as interested in getting into it as much as I am with the other ones, because it's less, you correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like it's less telling a story and more so a reflection of their real life. And not that I'm not interested in that, there's just not quite as much for me personally, like that I really want to delve into that. Especially because a lot of it is kind of surface level. I'll see though, like if something sticks out to me, I'll mention it. Right now though, I haven't seen anything super crazy. The sample for this one is Great Fairy Fountain from Legend of Zelda. Is it actually? I swear to God, I thought it was Fairy Fountain. Or Fairy Garden or something. Let me pull that up, because maybe I might be mixing it up. Is it just like a slowed down version? Okay, I can't do that. One second. Because in my mind, I was like, yeah, this is Legend of Zelda, but like, I figured it wasn't actually. Like, it was just some sort of like spin-off of that sound. Yeah, okay. I think it's not exactly the same. Did they just take it and then, I think they might have just taken that and then kind of compressed it, moved like some of the, maybe changed the key or something, because it feels a little bit more flat in their version of it. Maybe I'm wrong. It doesn't quite sound the same, but it definitely is that. Anyways though, I could probably get distracted by that for a while. Let me go back into it.
Time to change now, you the guardian angel, hacking into my brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my
okay, sorry. Just really quick. So it's chopped up too. So okay, that makes more sense. It's chopped up, and then so there's different parts that are repeated a couple times. That's why it doesn't sound exactly the same. All right, let me get back to it.
brain cells, stepping up from my future, uploading my true self. Did I get this far for nothing, or are you the reward? Guiding hands in this hell house, opening new. If this is love, I am out of hesitation. Head over heels at elevation, walking an inch above the pavement, taking it stride by stride together. If this is real, then I am on a bit.
I really like this part.
Not like before when I was empty. Say that the story we tell is never ending, taking it side by side together. I don't have
Okay, that second half was way better than the first half. The second half kind of built in what I was expecting the first half to kind of do. But instead it just kind of went into the trap beat. The last beat kind of combined the trap beat with other things to actually make it more full. Yeah, the second half was a lot more interesting. I liked the second pre-chorus more than the first pre-chorus. It was a lot more melodic, a lot more, it just sounded better. And then after everything was kind of built into that trap beat, all the additional sounds and instrumentation, I think it sounded just significantly better for that second half. A lot more catchy. Crazy how much it was changed from just the slight addition of a few things here and there from the beginning, because I think it's significantly better in that second half. This is a song that's probably going to grow on me for that reason, because then at least going into it, the mindset of like, okay, this is going to build into something I like even more later. I think it'll make this song as a whole even better for me personally, because there's a lot of songs like that I really like, that I'm not huge on like one section of the song, but I kind of look at it as like as something that makes the good part of the song even better, if that makes sense. That might be a just me thing, I don't really know. But yeah, I think that's a pretty solid song, but at the same time I could understand why people wouldn't like it. It's a weird song, I'll put it like that. It's not the run-of-the-mill sleeptoken song. Not that their songs really are run-of-the-mill. If anything, I wish those melody bits were more bubblegummy, like Super Pink Starlight, more sugar. No, I agree with that. I think I'm fine with it as is, but I think they could have gone even more poppy with it, sort of like what they did with Do You Wish That You Loved Me on the last album. That song, they purposely made it super pop sounding, and I think it worked really well for that song. I think they could have gone even farther with it with this, and that's why I was kind of iffy on the trap beat, is because the trap beat I think kind of takes away that bubblegummy sound a little bit. Like, sure, the juxtaposition can cause some interesting sounds, but at the same time, I don't know. Up next we have Dangerous. All right, let's hear it.
I wish I could have known that look in your eyes would echo in mine and go back out of my mind across the line. When was the last time I felt like this? Dark desire and tainted place. It's like you're dangerous to me. I notice every time we meet, I feel the ground beneath my feet.
I like the underlying bass. Boom, 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 boom.
You've got me talking in my sleep as if you're conquering my dreams. You have awakened what's beneath again. But I
Okay, I'm gonna pause it here. A little late on the pause here, but I like the delivery of that last word of the last line you just said of again. It's good stuff there. This one's a really interesting song. I'm liking it a lot so far. I think it is pretty catchy off rip. I was able to get into this one pretty easily, especially because that bassy sound it uses is the same kind that they use in synthwave music. Again, here I go going on and on about synthwave stuff again, but yeah, it's that type of sound, and of course that kind of clicks with me just a little bit. But yeah, I think the chorus is very catchy. I think that's well done. Oh yeah, the string instrument, it's very like Middle Eastern sounding. I forget what it kind of sounds like a sitar if it was very like electrified, or synthesized maybe, if you will. That's sort of what it sounds like to me. I don't know if they were trying to replicate that sound, but it's there, and I think it's interesting. That being said, so far I don't know, this kind of feels like an album song to me. Like, I don't know if I'd listen to this one much outside of the album. That doesn't make it a bad song though, because I am enjoying this one quite a bit. I think it's just a very, very solid song. The whoops are hilarious to me. Oh yeah. They kind of went over my head a little bit, but they were a little bit out of place. I'm like when I was listening to them, it's like there's something itching in my mind where I'm like, something's kind of weird here. What is it though? It feels like an Eden track to me. I'll wait till I get done with this, but I think I'm inclined to agree with you. This kind of sounds like it would have been a B-side from Eden. Let me finish the song first though, before I go deeper into that. Okay, yeah, cool. Yeah, I feel like this is again, I think it's a solid album song. I don't think I'd listen to it much outside of an album. I'm not sure if this one would necessarily grow on me. Just because there's nothing like too crazy going on in this one. There's no crazy beat switches. There's no, other than maybe the sitar sound. I guess you could argue that is. Nothing crazy enough though that makes me think like, oh, this part might be crazier if I listen to it a couple more times. So yeah, very solid song, good album song, and yeah, good stuff. I really don't have a whole lot more to add. I will go into that B-side thing though again. It definitely sounds like it could be on Eden, and it definitely sounds like it could have been a B-side from Eden that was slightly adjusted for this album to match the soundscape better from this album. Of course, that's speculation, but I think there's a decent chance it was originally meant for the previous album. Also, there's a little bit of it that kind of reminds me of Sundowning. I don't know why. There's something though. There's something there that I'm like, it feels like a mix of Eden and Sundowning. I don't know. Drumming from 2 on this one is really experimental as well. You were like deep into the drumming, more so than me. It's kind of 50-50 on if it's going to go over my head or not. I'm sure it was great, but I wasn't like super honed into it this time around. I like the hard beat, but overall it's okay. It hasn't grown on me since I heard it weeks ago. Yeah, and I kind of get the vibe that might be how it is for me, but I'm not sure yet, because so far I think this is just a very solid song. I don't know how else to describe it, because it's nothing too crazy, but it's also by no means a weak song. Like it's a strong, solid song. Anyways, before I repeat myself a few more times, up next we have Caramel, which this one is the other one that I've heard before. So this one I do have some thoughts about. I think Turned Off you were there, but I was talking about this song a bit on my other channel during a live stream, because it was a few days, or maybe it was the day after I listened to it the first time. and my thoughts had changed on it pretty drastically from the first time. So I'm curious how I'm gonna feel about it now, because I might feel similar. I don't know.
Count me out like sirens, pay back for the good times. Right foot in the roses, left foot on a landmine. I'm not gonna be there, tripping on the grapevine. They can sing the words while I cry into the baseline. Wear me out like Prada, devil in my detail. I swear it's getting harder, even just to exhale. Backed up into corners, bitter in the lens. I'm sick of trying to hide it every time they take mine. So stick to me like caramel. Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. They ask me, is it going good in the garden? Say I'm lost but I beg no pardon. Up on the dice below on the cards, I try not to talk about how it's harder now. Kinda get a mirror side stage, looking sideways. Some of your bizarres getting worse every time they try to shove a real name just to get a rise from me. Acting like I'm never stressed out by the hearsay. Guess that's what I get for trying to hide in the limelight. Guess that's what I get for having 2020 hard inside. Everybody wants eyes on them, I just wanna hear you sing that top line. If you think I mean it, then I understand. But I'm still glad you came, so let me see those. So stick to me like caramel. Walk beside me till you feel nothing as well. I'm falling free of the final parallel. Sweetest dreams are bitter, but there's no one left to tell.
All right, let me pause it here. Yeah, this whole section of the song I'm really enjoying still. I think the chorus is just very solid. This is a good example of more of the pop slash bubblegummy sound. I think they do a good job with that sound here. I kind of like when they delve deeper into that sound, because I think they do it pretty interestingly, because it's not they don't make it sound like super generic pop. They kind of add their own spin to it, so it just keeps it fun. But yeah, I think they do a good job with this. I think some of the lines might be a little awkward just because it's this band that has been making really cryptic music for this long puts out a song kind of slamming the audience for being, well, to be fair, they're specifically talking about the people that try to make them feel worse or try to basically harass them on stage. And then the troubles that they have to deal with when they're famous. And then in the song, they make it clear that they're not, they don't want to be complaining about this stuff because they're very aware of the benefits of being in the position that they are. I kind of lost my train of thought a little bit, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, so it's just like, it feels a little off because they're doing that after being such a cryptic band before, and now they're just putting themselves really out there in this album. And this song is very, it's on the forefront of that feeling, I think, out of all the ones that I've heard so far. So that can be a little awkward, but other than that, I think it's very solid. And that's something I think the more that you listen to it, the less it's going to feel less and less awkward as you become more accustomed to it. But yeah, the chorus is very catchy, and so far so good. And let's get back to it.
Dancing along to the rhythm. The stage is a prison.
do love this part a lot.
I'll take what I'm given, the deepest incisions. I thought I got better, but maybe I didn't.
Dare I say, so I 180'd a couple days, or maybe a day after, or whatever, that I listened to this song the first time. I 180'd on it, and I was like, I really don't like this song very much. I think I might have 180'd again, which... Hear me out. So the breakdown section of the song with all the screaming. I'm not huge on screaming in most songs. And I got really annoyed with it because it's so opposite of the rest of the song, and I like the rest of the song so much that it kind of bothered me. But now, honestly, on this re-listen, I kind of like it. But I think the reason for that is that I had been listening to it through my phone speakers, and the first time I listened to it, I didn't notice there's a backing melody during the screaming section from the bridge. It continues into the screaming section, into the breakdown. You can't really hear that on a phone speaker, and obviously I don't think I noticed it the first listen. So now that I'm listening to it again through headphones, and I'm actually picking up on that melody going through with the screaming, and I think it does sound pretty good, and I think it helps convey that emotion that they're trying to get a part, especially because in the breakdown it's more focused on the annoyances and the anger that they get out of the harassment that they have to deal with, and I think that does get shown by the screaming really, really well. So yeah, I think I actually really like that part now. I'm not gonna lie. I can't say for sure if I would have liked it better if they didn't have it or not, since I haven't heard that, but I think it's a very solid section of the song, and I think it fits in better than what I was thinking last time I heard the song. So I think this one has actually grown on me quite a bit. I think this is one of probably the best songs on the album that I've heard so far. Hard to say, but yeah, I think I like it more than I did originally. Overall, very solid song, and I think the outro is just really catchy, which is also just part of the bridge beforehand. I think both of those sections of the song are very good. It's kind of like getting a second chorus, because I think it's just about as catchy as the chorus is, so really it just feels like chorus number 2. So yeah, good song. Do they really get harassed on stage? I haven't really confirmed that. Not saying they're lying, but yeah, that sucks if so. I'm sure that every artist gets harassed on stage. I don't think they're special in that regard. They might get more harassment online than some other artists do, just because artists that are in this sort of emo genre, like I say emo kind of lightly here, it's kind of like on the fringe of that. They tend to get harassed more. So I'm sure that they probably have to deal with it a little more than some other artists, but yeah, I would pretty much guarantee that they do. Oh yeah, they get plenty online. Yeah, it's like bands, so like Sleeptoken, NF, 21 Pilots, that strain of music tends to get a little more harassment. It's not all necessarily their fault. Sometimes it's the fans that like kind of build a stigma around them. I don't know, there can be a lot of reasons. And then of course there could be like certain online music reactors / reviewers that might kind of spark that a little more. There's someone I have specifically in mind, but I won't say who. Let's get into the next track, which is Even In Arcadia. So it's self-titled. off rip it's this crazy.
Come now, swing wide those gates, 'cause I have paid my penance kindly, waiting time for judgment day. Somehow I knew my fate. Turns out the gods we thought were dying were just sharpening their blades. Have you been waiting long for me?
All right, I'm pausing here just so I don't have to pause it in a part that I don't want to have to pause it in. Oh my god. Off rip, this one sounds fantastic. The piano is absolutely wonderful. Paired with these vocals, heavenly. It just sounds fantastic. I have a feeling this could be up there for one of my favorites on this album. And, you know, that's one thing that I find interesting is I feel like title tracks on albums, they're very hit or miss on if they're going to be like... For me personally, I feel like in a lot of the cases that I listen to title tracks on albums, they're either like the worst song or they're one of the best. There's like no in between. It's so weird. This one sounds like it's going to be one of the best. So I'm very excited for that. This song is just sounding so good. And it's a simple song so far too. Although with Sleep Token, who knows where that can go. Let's get back to it.
I am the final dawn. I am the flood. What was missing from those scriptures will be written in my blood. Deep
What was that?
into the mud. What good is all this talk of wings when there is nothing left above? Have you been waiting long for me? Have you been waiting long? No matter how we feel, we've got a taste for one another and a few good years to kill. No matter what is real, it seems that even in Arcadia you walk beside me still. Have you been waiting long for me? Have you been waiting
Holy shit.
for me?
Is that a violin? Okay, let me get a look at what's going on here. It's like a kingdom's been completely taken over in all these different images. It reminds me of Kaled in Elden Ring. But yeah, that was a very good song. I love the piano in this one. Pretty much everything I said before still stands. During the height of the song, somewhere kind of around the middle or the latter third of the song. I'm not certain, but I think they interpolated something. I swear to God, whatever the instrumental was that was going on in the background of that section, I've heard before. Let me see if I can find it. It almost sounds like they're interpolating something that they made from another song that they have. Ever so slightly. I might be taking crazy pills, but it kind of sounds like it. Felt like a focus track. Yeah, this one didn't... There's no point in time that this one felt like it was going to be like all over the place. Some of the other songs are a bit sporadic with how they sound. Not really this one. I'm moving my camera down. Maybe that might be too low. It's hard to get this one to be just right. Whatever. Only thing I wish is my beloved 2 got to play drums a little on this song. He's like scratching his arms and stuff on stage, wanting to play something. On to the next one. Provider. Someone hopped in here earlier saying this one was gold. Let's see.
I wanna be a provider. Gonna you is silk like a spider. Roll or die, you bet I'm a rider. You're out of shell, you're a secret insider. I wanna be a provider. Your guiding hand, your final decider.
This organ goes ham.
That bit of fuel your fire, stoke your desire. Just let me know that you're mine. I wanna be a provider. I wanna be a provider.
Wait a minute. Okay. Let me pause that really quick. Because you've been hitting my phone so hard, I found it breathing through a tube in the ICU. Yeah, ICU, the only bad body spinning eyes in the room. I don't like the use of good girl. Ugh. That leaves a bad taste in my mouth. I'm wondering if the ICU thing has to do with anything from This Place Will Become Your Tomb. With the, I think it's the intro song where he's talking about how he's laying on the bed, so maybe this is from the opposite point of view. Maybe that might be a reach, because this is a very, very different song. So yeah, that could be stretching it, but that immediately stuck out to me, but whatever. I think this one sounds really good so far. This is probably the best example of Vessel's vocals on this album so far. Maybe it's up there for some of the best vocals we've heard from Vessel across all of the albums. Maybe that's a hot take, I don't know, but he's doing a lot of nice vocal techniques that sound really interesting and nice, so I'm happy with that. I love that the organ was there at the beginning, and yeah, so far this is really good. I just wanted to pause it before it hit any larger sections in the latter half. Gotta get hot in here. It cringes me out. Nick, I'm not sure. I haven't physically cringed yet, except for the good girl line is kind of crazy, but other than that, I can see, but I'll see how it goes, because there are a few lines in here that I'm They're a little iffy. So like, I know where you're coming from. One edit where they changed the ending in every line to be spider. That sounds hilarious. It's like the roses are red version of that Louis Armstrong song. Red roses too, red roses too, red roses too. And I think to myself, red roses too. Oh my god. That is one of the funniest songs that's ever been remixed. Freak token. Freak token. All right, let me get back to this. I'm getting too distracted.
Exchanging the yes and silence with something unsaid on both ends. Surely we know the difference.
I like all these pauses. Okay. Overall, I'd say that's a pretty good song. I think it's another song though that I wouldn't be listening to much outside of the album. So it's definitely an album song for me. I think throughout it's pretty catchy. I like that it keeps it mixed up. This is another good example of how they mix up the writing of their songs, so it's not in a specific, like, it's not in a traditional order like verse, chorus, bridge, chorus, or anything like that. They've switched it up quite a bit. I mean, if I'm looking at the Genius, although arguably they label some things as bridges that might just be a second chorus, but they got verse one, so verse, bridge, verse, pre-chorus, chorus, post-chorus added on, bridge, chorus, outro. So I think it's a pretty unique writing style for that song. But yeah, overall, very solid song. I love how it's produced as well. I think the beginning is probably my favorite part of the production. I like the intro, and honestly the chorus isn't as catchy as the verses are, which is interesting. I think the verses sound better than the chorus do. That, and I think both bridges on the song sound better than the choruses do. One thing that caught my attention especially was that I believe it was during the post-chorus, which is in our bodies converse like old friends, etc. The guitar that they use, they play it like a lo-fi song, which isn't the first time that's happened on this album. I think it's happened 2 or 3 times that I've heard. There's just been short sections where the guitar is played very reminiscent of how a guitar is played in lo-fi songs. So they must have just been listening to a lot of lo-fi when making this thing, and it's blended in really well. Like it's weird. It's weird that like they're able to fit in these little lo-fi bits here and there in a song like this. Again, though, that's sleeptoken for you. They're good at mixing genres. Also, kind of enjoy the simple structure of this one as well. Oh, I thought it was simple. Yeah, it's surprising. Like, I think there's a certain simplicity to maybe how it's played. And I think like the very straightforward meaning of it. But like when it actually comes to the different sections of the song, it is a little bit more complicated than what you'd expect. It helps though that I'm looking at the lyrics, so I get to see all these sections. So there is that. What do we got next? Oh yeah, Damocles. I'll double check that to make sure I'm saying that right, because that one's one of the harder ones for me to hear for some reason. Damocles. Okay. Damocles. No. Okay, let me just listen to it. Damocles. All right. That's the same one I think I watched last time, trying to figure out how to pronounce it. Damocles. All right. I'm going to forget that by the end of the song. Damocles. Anyways, though.
Oh, I've been waking up under blades, blue blossom days. If only Damocles would hit me back. No alabaster carvings or faces on a farthing would prevent my head from fading to black. And it feels like falling into the sea from outer space in seconds to me. And I play discordant days on repeat until they look like harmony. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for air and choke on it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the diamond days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be
forgotten. Okay. That chorus was crazy. Incredibly good. I like that drop off there at the end of it. You know, I gotta say I was feeling a little iffy during verse 1 in the pre-chorus. I was like, okay, this is just kind of fine. That chorus though, you can tell it's like the first section of that song is just building into that chorus, and that chorus goes crazy, and I'm curious to see how the rest of the song goes, because I don't think it's going to sound like it did at the beginning. I think it's going to switch it up. As per usual with sleeptoken, I wouldn't expect it to stay super similar. Yeah. Let's just get back to it. It's like an indie guitar.
Well, I know I should be touring. I know these chords are boring, but I can't always be killing the game. No golden grand pianos or voices from the shadows will do anything but feel the same. And it feels like falling into the deep from somewhere way feels like it's screaming to me. Will nobody tell me I get tired of myself when it all looks like heaven, but it feels like hell. When the river runs dry and the curtain is cold, how will I know if I can't see the bottom? Come up for
His
air,
backing
choke on
vocals.
it all. No one else knows that I've got a problem. What if I can't get up and stand tall? What if the dawn and days are all gone? And who will I be when the empire falls? Wake up alone and I'll be forgotten.
There's those drums for you, Lunar. Let's see if I can pause it. Okay, it's just all on fire again with the scary creatures. Yeah, overall I say this is a very solid song. I really love the chorus. The chorus just hits incredibly well. It feels reminiscent of a lot of, it's like if you modernize some like 2000 alt rock songs, I think you kind of get some similar vibes. Maybe that's just me. That and the bridge right at the end I think was very good stuff. I feel like I'm just kind of forgetting everything on the spot that I was going to say. Oh yeah. The way that they have the piano kind of backing the rest of the instrumental during the chorus is absolutely perfect. It's very lighthearted and fun, and like that part I absolutely love so much. That being said though, I do not really care for the verses or the pre-chorus. I think they're kind of they're kind of whatever. I think luckily though the chorus is so good that it helps make up for those, but they're pretty boring for me. So it goes verse 1 pre-chorus, and then sweet heaven of the chorus, and then verse 2 pre-chorus, and then you get that fresh breath air from the chorus again, and then the rest of the song from that point on is just very good. I just wish that I was able to get into the verses more. I just don't really care for them. I could not get into them at all. Damocles. Okay. I'm never gonna be able to pronounce that right, I swear to God. This is like the hosier thing all over again. Damocles was a courtier who envied King Dionysius' power. The king invited him to sit on the throne, but hung a sword above him by a single horsehair, to show that the great power comes with constant danger, conjuring the phrase "sword of Damocles." Oh, and my mind immediately went to the Spider-Man quote.
Remember, with great power comes great responsibility.
I gotta brace myself for the next. Oh wait, no, I've heard the next one. Although when was it that I listened to that? This is the third one that I've heard out of the album, like before today. I'll listen to it again because I don't remember what it sounds like off the top of my head. Okay, so get some money, get some money, get some money, get some money. Something like that. Let's get to it. This one I only listened to the one time. I never listened to it a second time. It's coming back to me now. Is that a harp?
try to turn myself into for you. Someone who didn't mind the push pull part of games. Someone who wasn't
I forgot how crazy this one is.
Someone who didn't feel the low blows either way. But I was waiting for you when all along it was you with the countdown kill switch, and it was me with the blindfolds on. I was trying my best, and that's the thing I tell the mirror. I was in love with the thought that we were in love with each other. What might be good for you?
Yeah, I forgot about this. Oh.
Might not be good for my head. What was there at the start? Might not be there in the end. Do you wanna love me?
Okay, I'll pause it here really quick. Holy shit, that chorus is so good. I just every time it ties back to Euclid, I get chills, and I love it so much. That song is just so good. So in turn, this chorus is amazing. Yeah, I love that part of the song so much. But also, the whole song up until that point is very, very good. I love the just lightheartedness of his vocals. He's more in the airy sound that he does rather than the lower pitches that he does in some of the other songs, and I love that more falsetto-ish vocals that he does in songs like this. I think he just those hit super good. But yeah, very, very good stuff so far. I don't remember how the rest of the song goes, but we're about to remind myself. Yeah, get some money is how Tiffy said to say it, so that Gethsemane, something like that. So that's the closest I'm gonna get. All right, let's get back to it.
Do you wanna hurt me? 'Cause nobody hurts me better. Do you wanna hurt me? Do you wanna hurt me? 'Cause nobody hurts me better.
That breakdown has grown on me since the last time. closer to you and all your enemies. Of
Got a few of my own, and this phone didn't come with a gun, so I got a different energy. Still see you when the lights get low, still hear you when I'm on my own. The parasites in the nightmares calling my name like this one's for you and your problems, your good day job, your bad karma. What are you afraid of? The same drama, show me what you're made of. Cause you talk about your constant pain like I ain't got none. And I've learned to live beside it, and even though it's over now, I will always be reminded.
What that rasp he has in those last lines. Okay. Yeah, the first half of the song is by far my favorite part of the song. I wish that they somehow interpolated the chorus again back into the second half and they kind of built back into it, but unfortunately that's not what we got. But I do really, really love the first half. The second half, take it or leave it. I'm not huge on it. I think the bridge is all right. It might go on a little too long. It's just super repetitive. And then the outro, to me, I think we talked about this last time a little bit. It just kind of sounds like they're doing it just to do it at that point. And like just they're trying to, it almost feels like an imitation of the style that they do in some of their other songs that I like way more from the last album. And I don't know, it feels like it's not quite as good as they do it in some of their other songs, which is the rapped verse that's kind of included with some other style that they're using. So I'm not huge on the outro for this one. I think the bridge is all right once again. The instrumental break though, the breakdown, I think I like it a lot more now than what I did originally. Originally I was like, whatever. Now I actually really like it. I think it fits really, really well. I just wish they, again, somehow incorporated the rock elements back somewhere towards the end of the song instead of just this, almost, it just feels like a big long outro for the rest of the song after that breakdown. And I don't know, I think they could have added something to flare that up a little more than what they did. Either way, I still think it's a very solid song. I really, really love the first half of it a lot more than I do the second half. I feel like this is the most unique song on the album. It might be. It might be. That or maybe Caramel, maybe. Just because that one sounds so much different than every other song on all the other albums. That one is just, it's a very strange song. Relative to their other stuff. So this one is definitely up there for one of the more unique ones, if not the most unique. Anyways, let's get to the final track of the album, Infinite Baths. How do they, does anybody know how they separate the stories for this? Is it like the first 3 albums are their own trilogy, and is this like its own thing, or are they actually continuing the story? I'm a little iffy on that. The lyrics are really important for this one. Okay, I've been kind of keeping an eye on them. There just hasn't been a whole lot that sticks out to me. I think the problem is that a lot of it I don't understand on first listen, at least with this album and the last one. The one before that, I think I was able to do a pretty good job at getting through and understanding everything. It just feels like the more it gets more cryptic and cryptic, and this one's weird, this album is, because there's a lot of songs that are just very straightforward. So you get a mix of just straightforward, them telling you exactly what they're thinking, sort of like a wooden dialogue that you'd see in Star Wars, and then in other cases you get like the most cryptic thing in the world. So I'll have it up. No guarantees that I'll understand anything though. All right, let's do it. Infinite Baths, the final and 10th track of this album.
When you plucked me from the grotto, sounding like a supermodel. When I would wake in staccato, no lightning in a bottle, just one eye on the target and 2 bricks on the throttle. I know now that even if I am frozen, timeless as a ghost in my nightmares of the ocean, the precipice I'm approaching, well, you will empty the darkness, you will keep me in motion. I know now
Ooh. All right, I'll pause it here really quick. So far, I'm getting into this one quite a bit. It's very chill and just kind of soothing, which makes sense for talking about baths here. One word that really stuck out to me was staccato, because I was trying to think of that word for an earlier song because the strings were being played in staccato, and I just could not think of the word for it. So thank God that was said. So that helped a little bit. So far though, with the lyrics, I mean, I'm not picking apart anything yet, but we also haven't gotten the full picture yet. So let me continue listening to it, because I think this is something that hopefully I'm able to pick up on more as I listen to it, if anything. So right now, like, with the only thing that's really kind of stuck out to me, other than staccato, of course, was the in the chorus, the well, I fought so long to be here, I'm never going back. The first thing that comes into my mind is he's made it to the afterlife of some sort, whether that be heaven or some equivalent, which I think there was a lot of mentions of things that were similar to that in the past couple albums for sure. Maybe it's talking about Eden itself, I don't know. That could be a lot of things. It's kind of, again, a bit cryptic, so I can't be sure. In which case though, if it is a sense of like heaven or something, it could be that he ended up finally taking his life in the end, but I could be getting ahead of myself. Let me continue listening, maybe I'll get a better grasp. All right. I'm getting chills. Let me pause it again here. Just gotta be wary of copyright, especially on this last song. I don't want to get taken down. Yeah, this is going crazy. Oddly enough though, I think the verse, this is another rare case of, I think I like the verses more than I do the chorus. The chorus is good and all, don't get me wrong. I just think the choruses, or the verses, are way better than the choruses in this case. Especially verse 3. Verse 3 is by far the strongest, where the instrumental really started to kick in. You start getting those heavy synths kind of put in. Bum, bum. Like, that part is absolutely fantastic. This is very, very good so far. Let me get back to it. You can hear the water. Ah, shoot. For the people that are going to be watching that as a video, the stream just got taken down for copyright. Oh, there we go. I'm back. I'm going to start it at 4:05 right now. All right. I don't know what the whatever the last part of the breakdown was supposed to sound like. I didn't catch it. What did it have to do with the melodies that started playing in the background for the last section? Because that, I could have sworn that something about the backing melodies, I was like, that sounds kind of familiar, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. If that's what it is, maybe it's not and I'm crazy. That was a really, is that the longest breakdown we've had from them? Other than maybe, what is it, Gods or something from the first album? That's got to be up there for one of the largest breakdowns that we've had. And, you know, I also didn't mind the screaming on this one either. Maybe I'm just in the good mood. Like, after I started listening to the album, the screaming kind of flowed better. Which, I think that's why I get to... This is one of those albums, I can say that right now, that just everything kind of flows better as an album rather than separately. Minus, like, 2 songs that I think can be... maybe 3 or 4 that can be played on their own. I feel like a lot of the songs though here are better to be played as part of the album. But yeah, this song was overall really solid. I really liked the beginning half of it more than I did the breakdown at the end. I just prefer that type of stuff. But that being said, I did enjoy the breakdown. I think it was a nice fit to the song and it was a nice end to the album. When I was looking, okay, so I think when you're getting to that the lyrics are important, I feel like that really comes down to the breakdown when they kind of get important. Because you get the "Will you halt this eclipse in me?" throwback to one of the earlier songs. Sorry, I forget what the name was off the top of my head, but I know it was from one of the earlier ones. Let me reread the breakdown really quick, because I had it in my mind when I was listening to it. "All this glory you did not earn, every lesson you did not learn, you will drown in the endless sea. If it's blood that you want from me, you can empty my arteries, will you halt this eclipse in me?" Am I crazy to say that they're waging a war against... sleep or whatever this god is or whatever these creatures are? And in which case, are they the creatures that show up on the album covers or the song covers, or are they the creatures, or are their masks supposed to be kind of imitating those and they're the ones fighting those creatures? That's something that maybe that's just headcanon for me, but maybe I'm getting somewhere. I don't know. I'm not like super into the lore. I like all of my lore is basically stuff I've headcanoned so far. I need to watch like a video breaking them down at some point. The ending of the breakdown loops back into Look To Windward. Okay, I'll re-listen to it, the last section, and see how that sounds in a second. You got to go back to the EPs. I think I might have to now, because I have really liked their music. The screaming parts are actually Sleep, and the normal singing about freedom and things is Vessel, but Sleep is not happy about that. Okay, now that I have that in mind, I'll have to keep that in mind once I re-listen to it again. Eden and Vessel are at war with Sleep. So Eden is a person. I've heard things where people are like, Eden might be a person, but nobody really knows. Creature, god, whatever. Probably some pagan god. A lot of this is like pagan stuff, at least from an outside perspective. I think I mentioned it a lot on the previous album that a lot of the creatures that they create look like cybernetic pagan gods. Yeah, I think so, turned off based on what I understand. Sleep is some form of like god or like pagan being. Then that makes me wonder if Eden is the significant other that's mentioned throughout this place will become your tomb. That's something to think about. Yeah, let me go back, listen to just the ending of this really quick and see how it loops around. Ah, it is. It's like an 8-bit version of the chugs on the last bit. Okay, yeah, and you could hear these melodies going on in the background. So that was more melodic sections that were just very quiet in the background of all the chugs. Okay, I hear that now. That's interesting. And what's funny is I think this is a good example of one of the only good fade outs they've had in any of their songs is on Infinite Baths, because it's at the end of an album, which is fine for a fade out. But yeah, anyways, let me get to talking about this album as a whole. I think as a whole, this album is pretty good. I think it's a very solid album. There's no songs on it that I look at and think that's not a good song. Or really, like, at worst, there's some songs that I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. But there's none that I necessarily dislike. Every single song I would want to listen to when listening through the album in completion. There's no skips. So that's a great start. There's a couple maybe I would skip after listening to the album a few times, but as a whole, very solid stuff. I like that they've kind of headed into a different direction once again. This album is a lot more... It's weird because they kind of always mix in a little bit of pop and a little bit of heavy stuff with all their albums. This one has just pushed those boundaries in either direction way more than usual. So you get a lot more heavy stuff, but you also get a lot more pop stuff. So you get some really interesting mixes in these songs that you just wouldn't expect normally from them. like you would, but not in this way. It's like it's taken to such extremes that it feels kind of out of place. So it's almost shocking to hear it like that. But I think overall they did a good job with it. That being said, if I had to like rank it with the other albums, this is probably my third favorite. Well, it might be tied with Take Me Back to Eden. It's close. It's very close. I don't think it gets ahead. I think it's either tied or slightly behind Take Me Back to Eden. Let me just do that really quick. So Take Me to Your, or This Place Will Become Your Tomb, that's my favorite. Yeah, and then it ties or is maybe a little bit worse than Take Me Back to Eden. And then of course Sundowning I think is my personal least favorite. So yeah, I think it's a pretty solid album, as long as, just because the fact that it's kind of in line with Take Me Back to Eden, I think that's all I could ask for. I was hoping I would enjoy it more, but also, to be fair, when I went into this album reaction, I didn't think I would like it as much as I did the last album at all. Just based on the singles, I was like, this might not be for me, but I ended up liking it more than I thought I would. And then once I actually post this as a video, I'm probably going to add a section after I've listened to the album a few more times on my own and see how I feel about it then, because sometimes my thoughts can change pretty drastically. Like in the last one, honestly, the video that I posted today, I didn't end up adding a full section of how I feel now, but that album, I like it more now than what I did when I was listening to it the first time. So there's a good chance this album as a whole will grow on me even more. Right now I think it's good, but who knows, it could be even better, and I might rank it higher than the last one. That's something that I'll have to see how it grows on me, because there's several songs on this album that I'm like, man, I really like certain sections, and then other sections I'm like, this might grow on me. And a good example of that would be Caramel. That song, the first listen I was like, this is pretty good. Second listen, I didn't really like it. This listen, I liked it way more than the first time. So I think that kind of speaks for itself. That's just one example of how a song on this album has grown on me, and I'm kind of expecting similar things to happen with other songs on this album. I'll have to see how it goes though. But yeah, overall I think it's a very solid album. Very solid album, and just a good album. So this place is probably Arcadia's, if I had to guess, and that's maybe the home. I was gonna say the home of sleep, but in this it's like getting taken over, so maybe it is, but maybe it always wasn't, like it wasn't before. I don't know, we'll figure that out later. That's gonna be something we learn as we go. I feel like the trilogy is over in this album is much more personal. It is a lot more personal, for sure. It's definitely meant to be a way for them to vent about their experience, more than anything, is at least that's how I interpret it. They definitely get a little bit less story connected and more, like you said, personal. I think the gods things are just metaphors for stuff. Yeah, this whole thing, there's like so many metaphors in their music. That's why it's like, I don't want anybody to expect me to be able to pick these apart on first listen. There's just too much. It's way too much. I kind of hope they do a double album next time and get really conceptual with it. Would be a good rollout and tour. I also hope the next album, whether it be a double or not, I don't know, but I hope that it is more conceptual, because I prefer that, just because that's what I'm used to. And I've always, for the most part, I enjoy conceptual albums more than I do these more personal ones, but it can also change from album to album how I feel about that, which might be why I think Take Me Back to Eden might slightly edge ahead of this one. That, and I think there's just more songs at the moment that I just really like on Take Me Back to Eden versus this one. Euclid being a prime contender. That song is just so good that it kind of carries that album very far for me. Hey everyone, editor Ratty here, /Ratty, I think 9 months later. Sorry about the delay, by the way, on this video. Just haven't had time to make it. But finally, I'm here at the end. I actually just pretty much wrapped up editing. I mean, I'm just tacking this on at the end. But I wanted to give my thoughts now on the album, just because it's been so long. I actually enjoy this album way more than what I did when I did that reaction, which is saying something, because I really enjoyed it then. I just think a lot of the quote-unquote lows of the album back then grew on me over time. There's like, don't get me wrong, a lot of my opinions are similar. It's just the lows are higher than what they were. So on average, the album I'm liking a lot more. Sorry if you hear that motorcycle. So yeah, overall, definitely really enjoyed that album. Even to this day, I like it even more. I've actually been listening to it a lot recently, which is kind of funny because I happened to edit this today. But here, I'll go ahead and stop rambling, because this video is pretty hectic already. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure to leave a like down below and subscribe. That super helps out the channel. If you're watching on mobile, if you could hit the little hype button that pops up where the comments usually are, I would super appreciate that as well. Yeah, thank you so much, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.
dance alone by the moon. I just wanna see you bloom. It's like you don't have a clue. Midnight's the prettiest hue. I think that just might be you. It's like you don't have a clue.